Hi, Internet. Kim here.
Chris here, and this is Rambling Tea Time. Hey Kim, what's going
Hello.
on? It's been a wonderful day to be alive, isn't it?
Why is it good?
Because I haven't shat yet, and I feel if I'm going to dying inside.
Wow, okay.
That's unnecessary. The viewer doesn't need to know that right up in the beginning of the episode. They don't need to know that.
Right, they're drinking their tea because this
This
is
is
rambling
Rambling
tea
Tea Time.
time.
Speaking of tea, I've been drinking a lot of oolong tea recently. And I
Oh, do you like it?
really like it.
Do you?
Like, yeah, I'm serious. I mean, I've had oolong tea before, but for some reason, it's just hitting my palate differently, and it's just like, ah, it's
Can I tell
just
you something?
so good.
I add sugar to my oolong tea.
I add a
I
little
know
bit of
you're
sugar
not
too.
supposed to,
I don't care.
but I try to add sugar to all kind of
Yes,
teas, and if I don't like it that way, I will not drink it. But I think the oolong tea is nice with a little bit of sugar. It doesn't need a
yes,
lot.
but I just it tastes really good. I don't know why all of a sudden oolong tea is my jam. But yeah, oolong tea really got me feeling hype for some reason. I don't know. It just got me, yeah, relax, Chris. Embrace life. Chill. I don't know what I would say, but for real, oolong tea is amazing.
Okay.
It's like my new drug right now of choice.
Speaking of something that isn't chill,
But
this is the transition that I'm choosing to go with.
cool.
Goodness gracious. Um, the Djokovic
And his
controversy Sega thing going on.
shenanigans with him.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Okay, he's claimed that he's exempt. The Australian board or whatever exempt him from getting the COVID vaccine, so that he because he has some health issues or something. But he is a known anti-vaxxer already before and all that stuff. So it's kind of suspicious that he has some medical issue apparently. Medical stuff is normally private, so I don't really think that you should really force him to like come out and say what the issue is. But at the same time, it just seems that really suspicious that the number one tennis star in the world, who's also an anti-vaxxer, is claiming that he has a health issue that can prevents him from getting the vaccine. It just, I don't know. It seems a little sus. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, let me read you some clips of an article that I
Okay.
was reading earlier.
Uh huh.
Okay, so first, the back and forth has caused a furor in Australia. Initially decreed the news that Djokovic, who had been vocally skeptic of vaccines, had received an exemption to strict rules to compete in Melbourne. Melanie felt the star, who court documents say is not inoculated, was being given special treatment since Australians who aren't vaccinated face tough travel and quarantine restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
So that part that you were saying, some people feel like that as well.
Yeah.
Then, but when border police then blocked the 34-year-old on arrival, others cried foul, saying he was being scapegoated by an Australian government facing criticism for its recent handling of the pandemic. So there are
Mm-hmm.
other people who are saying that they just
The government just using him as a look, we're doing our job type of situation,
something, right?
and nobody can get away no matter who they are type of shit.
Or they want to make an
Yeah,
example of
yeah,
him
that's what I
because
mean.
he's so known.
Well, he's the number one tennis player in
Exactly.
the world.
Next, it says Australian medical authorities have ruled that people who have been infected with COVID-19 within 6 months can receive a temporary exemption to the vaccination rule. This is Australian medical authorities, okay?
Yes.
So basically, he actually fits in because he had been infected with the coronavirus the last
Ah,
month in December.
I see. I see.
So he had it within the last six
So
months
that
due.
makes sense then.
Right, so he would have temporary
Exemption.
exemption from it. So they're saying now
Hmm.
that they didn't follow their rules and they didn't need to detain him because actually he did everything correct.
Ah, so it was all just blown up in their faces type of thing.
I don't know. But the thing is, right? Like you said earlier, we we are not so concerned with whether Djokovic is detained. I mean, not that we don't care if he's detained or not, but we don't feel that if he's detained or not detained or his visa is taken or not taken or anything like that. That's not our concern. We were thinking about, so what is the, other than him having COVID recently that
Hmm.
exempts him, is there actually
A
like
health issue.
a medical condition that is stopping him from getting the vaccine?
Or is he just anti-vax like he is claimed and skeptical, apparently?
Hmm. Anyway,
I mean, eh, eh,
did it even need to revoke his visa? I think that's going like super far. It's like, okay, if you don't want him in your country, just
just
send
kick him
him
out.
back.
Just kick him out. Just kick
Why
him
they're
out.
like talking about how there's like they might even have a 3 year ban. He like banned him from doing. I'm like, okay, we don't need to go that far because it is not like he brought like an illegal substance or did
And
something
because according
wrong.
to your rules, he was already apparently cleared.
Exactly.
So it just seems
Everything is sus.
everything is sus, Kim. That is how I would really put it.
I
Everything
have
is
to say,
sus.
Djokovic is sus.
Yes, he is super fucking sus.
And the Australian government and border control and everything is sus as well.
Everything down under is sus. You can't trust them folk. Can't trust them, Kimberly. They're the
What?
children of criminals,
Oh
you know.
my gosh, we're not gonna have this who got off the boat when conversation.
I
Um,
I kid. It's a joke. But
anyhow,
speaking of sports, I finally got around to reading Blue Lock.
but
Yes,
did you? Look at you, look at you. If the audience could see your smile now, look at this. You like
I
it?
love it. I absolutely love Blue Lock, and it's the first time in a long time that I've enjoyed a sports manga the way Blue Lock has made me feel hype about it in so long. Like the premise seemed a little ridiculous, like we
It's
talked
so
about,
dumb.
but as you get into it, you're like, okay, yeah, 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 I understand.
It's
I get about
the,
it.
it's really
It carries,
the
it brings you,
atmosphere.
it brings
Yeah,
you
it
along.
drags you in, and you can't help but to be like on the train. I feel like anybody who reads Blue Lock and doesn't feel all hype and doesn't dare with all the characters, Isagi and Meguru and Baro and Rin, all of, if you're
Pulled along
not
with them.
along, I don't know, if you don't feel
The energy,
anything,
yeah,
then
you're
then
dead
you
inside.
cannot feel. You have
I really like Blue Lock. The whole idea of building a striker and making them focus on themselves, the whole ego idea. I think what I really like about it is the whole everybody is a rival.
right.
Like even though when they have to play on teams with each other, the whole fact that you play with the fact that your person on your team is your rival and you're competing against them. Also, your enemy, you're competing against them.
Yeah.
So it just gives birth to different play styles for different characters, like Barrow and his whole just like stealing from your teammates, all sort of stuff
I
like
love
that. Like
Pharaoh.
that shit is awesome. The art, man, the art.
Isn't it great,
Yes.
Christopher? Look, when the anime comes out,
I hope it's good. I really hope the anime is good.
I told you, right, and you said the same thing just now. When I when I first read Blue Lock,
Hmm.
I just I was in.
Yes, Kim, the third chapter, I was in.
And you know what comes after that is that every time I read a chapter or every time a chapter comes out, I get so excited.
Yes.
I get like this exciting energy just like shaking me, and I scroll and I'm reading and I'm just like smiling the entire
Yeah,
time.
I'm smiling the entire
I do
time
not
too.
think that I have been ever upset at anything that I read
In
ever
Blue
in
Lock.
Blue Law. I have always enjoyed everything,
Yeah.
every chapter, every moment
Yes.
has been amazing,
It's just so damn fun.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, you realize how it is devoid, is a good word,
Mhm.
of personal drama.
It is, but the way how there is drama, but the drama is
It's all
all
about
about
personal development, though.
yes,
It's not like I had
yes.
issues with my family and,
Except for one character, but that's kind of also ties into the personal development of the character.
right. But you get what I'm saying, right?
There
It's still
isn't,
all
yeah,
about football.
yes,
We talking about Rin,
yeah. You're
right?
talking about Rin, but it's all about football. There's no like side plot with like some weird romantic like characters or something. There
Yeah.
isn't some other thing where the character died and then they have to go away because they got their memories back to play the sport or not. None of that. This is pure football fun,
I know.
and I enjoy the living
Me
hell out of it.
too. I love it
Like,
too.
ah,
I think it's also grounded in reality to a certain point,
Blue
right?
Lock Man.
Be quiet. Okay? To a certain point,
Yes.
and then it gets fantastically
The
a
only, I
little
wouldn't say it
bit.
was fantastic. Let's just say that some of the elements of this training place seem a little fantastical,
Right.
but is it in too much that is like jarring in my opinion? But it's just like it's just the indoor training stuff is very a lot of money to put into like creating like a best team in the world, that type of thing. But it's paying off with what seems to be the second arc that's starting in the manga
Oh
now.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just wanted to talk about you. No, yo. I can't even words. I can't words, Christopher, because I'm just thinking so fast. You just said it. Second arc. So that's
Yes.
something that I am concerned about for the anime. Remember how I told you this is before you had started to read it? And I
Mm-hmm.
said, I don't know how the pacing is going to be because I feel like this
Ah.
whole thing had been like an arc and it's so long, and is that good? They're going to
Okay.
squeeze that inside the thing, and I feel like
Here's what I think they're going to do. The the first set of training in the mini manga where they go and they meet with one another, their team Z and the team Z to stuff.
you mean that
That
it's
is
going to
probably
be
depending on how
at the
many.
end of that is going to be the first season?
I think the end of that probably would be the first season. That is what I
Mm.
would do. I would try to get all of that. Depending on how many episodes, I don't know. I haven't checked, but I would get the beginning of the arc to the end of the strata, the five strata thing that they did break down, and then lead on into a second
Another
season.
season. Okay.
Because you can see the arcs though. You can see the arcs. That is one arc. Then the end of that strata, that's the beginning of the what's that next part there? Because after the initial team Z's and all that stuff like that breakdown when they were
Well,
lied
it's
to.
another
This when they it's the
team
three. It's
thing,
when they
but
it's the three, but the stealing of the partners arc. That
I thought that would be
that
in the first season
maybe, but
because
it depends on how many episodes Blue Lock has and how they pace it. They could
see we have differing opinions.
because I think what I would do is that I would either do that first part into one season, or I would do the first five strata, to steal your partner arc into one season, like you
I would
said,
do that into one
because
season. And maybe if they're trying to be like
because
24
depending
episodes or something.
because we don't know how much they're going to animate it per episode, which is that's where I'm trying to figure out in my brain
I
how much
have
they're going to.
another thing to say. I just have all the things to say. I I really want it to be really
I
good.
hope it's good.
I hope the animation looks really great. I hope it
Because the
is
art is good.
flowing and crisp. And when the flames come off of them, they look like black flames to us, and it doesn't matter. They could be black flames in the anime as long as we get that
Energy,
feeling, that
yeah.
energy, right?
And the big like lion art that you see for like Barrow when he
Oh
does
my
his
goodness.
stuff,
I
and
just
like the other things for other people, and the puzzle pieces for
the
Isagi
puzzle
in
pieces. Oh my goodness. The way how they're gonna
fall
fall
into
and oh
place. It's so good. It is so good. I knew you told me that Blue Lock was good, but Kim, I fucking love it.
great.
It's
I have added. See,
I'm
the words
so
are just
glad I
disappearing.
started this at the beginning of the year
Are you?
because it lifted my mood up into the heavens. I've been smiling and reading this like, oh, this is so damn good. I've
But now
been
you're
getting
all caught
hype.
up, right?
I'm all caught up.
That's so sad. That's the saddest moment for me. That's why I like to have like 10 or so
Uh,
chapters to read at a time
mm.
because it just gets so sad. I'm like, I'm finished, and it's like, but this emotions, this energy, what do you do with
I'm
it?
honestly glad that I started when I did because from when I read to the point where it's kind of at now, I've completed pretty much the first huge art, overarching art in
Yeah.
Blue Lock, and it felt so good. It just felt like, okay, I see now why people have been talking about this for the last 3 years. I think that's how long it's been going. I'm
Hmm.
like, I'm glad I read it now because holy shit,
Yeah,
I'm
I
on board.
really, I really recommend it to everyone. Whether
Yes,
you're a sports fan,
or not.
whether you're a football
You're
fan or
new
not.
to manga, I think this is a good gateway manga as well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just can we just talk about the I remember you saying something about how the characters speak to one another.
Oh my God. I
they,
love their speech.
they they sound like teenagers just
They
spitting one
do. They
another.
do.
And the way how they mock one another and they have nicknames for one another. It's all
Yeah,
great.
yeah. At
This is
first,
great.
I guess that kind of thing may not seem big,
But
but I
it's
think this the way that your characters speak to each other is really huge, especially
yes.
since all of them are like about the same
Yeah.
age.
Under 20.
Um,
So yeah.
and when you're competing against people as well, you
Yeah.
don't really respect them
No,
so
you
much.
don't.
So they're like dissing and cussing, and it's just so wonderful,
there is
honestly.
there is a panel where Isagi when Isagi and Barrow on a team and pretty much Isagi has made it so that Barrow has to pass to him.
Hmm.
And in the corner you see Isagi saying, pass to me, retard. And I was like, yeah.
Retard. That's
Yeah.
it. Retard. Oh, that's not it.
That's what it is. This is what I saw for the translation. Because you could translate it as incompetent or like idiot or something like that. But that is how people just be thinking about others and stuff and just saying stuff to one another. That's great. I really, really like and enjoy the characters and stuff like that. Just so much
So
fun.
you're glad that Ore-sama has
Ore-sama.
recommended it to you.
Number one, I originally added Blue Lock to my list a long time ago. You brought it up one day and said you read it, and I was like, yeah, I read it. I know I have
You
added it to
know
my list, but I
what?
don't read it.
Whatever.
But then you were like, I should read it because it's amazing. And I have done so because of you. But
I'm
you,
pretty sure you didn't add it to your list
I
because
did add
before
it to my
that we
list.
talked about it and you said that you just
I read
passed
the
it by, you didn't
synopsis and I thought it was silly, and I
exactly.
added it to my list because there weren't a lot of chapters out at that
Ay,
time.
ay,
Because it was
ay.
like
All
2 or so years ago.
all right. I did not, I
Look,
didn't facilitate or do anything. It wasn't me. It
no,
wasn't
but
me.
you did
I
get
didn't
me
do
on
nothing.
board.
Ah, no, 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 no.
I don't know
It
where you're
wasn't me.
going with
It
this.
wasn't me. It wasn't me.
But this, I think, mean not because the only sports manga I've read for like a long time recently right now is probably Hajime no Ippo, and I've been reading that for like over a decade at this point because it's been
Hmm.
going on for like ever, right? And to be quite honest, the last few arcs of Hajime no Ippo I haven't really enjoyed, okay, super much because Ippo has retired. I put that in quotation marks, but it's pretty much an art now that's showing all the other boxers and Ippo working as a side.
Mm-hmm.
So he's learning in his own way, watching other people and actually assisting in people's training. So the whole art is about him gaining more knowledge and probably going to make a comeback. I don't know, sometime.
Okay, he's not really retired then.
He retired because he lost and he thought that he was punch drunk. Then it turns out that no, you're not punch drunk. It just is like the stress, I guess, that everybody keeps saying that, oh no, maybe you're weaker now, maybe you're punch drunk. So he quit because he didn't want to like get to the point where he get like hurt or injured or anything like that too bad, because he still want to help his mom, he still want to do other things. That's why he retired, right? But everybody kind of been hinting and in the manga like maybe Ippo will come back. Other boxers want Ippo to come back so that they could fight him again, that type of shit, right? So the readers are expecting it. I'm expecting it, but I'm just not interested in seeing Ippo slowly but surely come back because it's. I don't mind seeing the other.
Why are you reading it then if you're not interested?
Because I like Hajime no Ippo.
But you're not interested in
I read it, look.
him, you said.
Look, I don't mind reading the chapters that come out and reading about the other boxers that are doing their own thing because it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that Ippo's story has been kind of thrown to the side while it takes in knowledge about other shit and sees other people, all his other boxing rivals or friends or whatnot, challenge other world-class boxers type of situation. I'm just hoping that he comes back by the end of this year. I'm so serious. That's really all I can do is hope that Ippo is in the ring by the end of this year. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so
It's that
how
bad.
often does the chapter come out?
It's like monthly.
Oh.
Yeah.
And do you actually foresee what you're saying to happen by the end of the year?
Can't believe this is like asking me when you think Wano in One Piece is going to end.
Oh my goodness. I actually was going to ask you how that was
Probably
going.
in 6 months.
Oh. And I was going to ask you about Kingdom as well, but
Kingdom is still fighting Zhao.
Oh, don't tell me. I haven't been reading.
I know. Sorry. But they are in their own Wano currently. It's called Zhao. So, yeah.
Anyhow.
You remember up to the point with Hoken?
Yes.
They were fighting Zhao? They're still fighting Zhao.
Right, I get that.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all you need to know about Kingdom. It's still going up. But I haven't really felt the vibe I felt from Blue Lock, from other sports manga in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe there's other stuff out there that's pretty much on the same level as Blue Lock.
Oh.
I don't know, but I think the one thing that makes Blue Lock, I said it before, is the competitive nature of it that probably makes it stands on its own. Because everything else is like you play a team or you play by yourself and it's all about making sure that your team, everybody plays together. But Blue Lock is like, yeah, play together, but make sure you devour everybody on the field.
Those are the words they use for real. I wanted to ask you though.
Yeah.
Do you prefer to watch, when it comes to sports stuff, do you prefer to watch a team or individual
Either one is fine.
Stories?
I don't mind team stuff if the team sport is something that I'm interested in, like football or basketball, even baseball. I don't mind team stuff, but I think I do probably enjoy more single focus sports like boxing, maybe some sort of fighting.
So this is what I mean. I mean in
Like,
things like anime or manga or stories.
I probably prefer the single story of a single character story.
Really?
Yeah.
I prefer, when it comes to anime, I have to say, this is probably evident if you've seen my list.
I've seen your
I
list.
prefer team
sports. Yeah, I know.
It's because the cast is so wide,
Yes.
so huge, so big. Everybody is
And
so
then
different.
there's the other teams that they have to fight that's also so big, so wide, so vast.
That's really my like major reason why. Plus, I
Mm.
get to hear a lot of the voice actors. I mean, you can feel the same thing in the manga or the book as well. I
Yes.
like, I think overall, I really like team
Team-based
sports.
sports.
Why is that so opposing to my view of not being in groups with people though? I mean, if I was going to go into a sport, it would never be a team sport, and I know that. That's not me.
I know. But I mean, you in general like sports overall, so maybe you just enjoy seeing team-based stuff versus like just one person playing a tennis match or something like that.
I wonder. I think though with team sports, I think that everyone, if you get the opportunity to,
You should
if
try it
you're able to, you should play a team sport, but you should also play an individual sport
at least
at
once.
least once. I recently, Christopher,
Yes.
have been catching up on Awashi.
What is Awashi again?
It's football as well.
Football.
It's
Okay.
super more grounded in
Uh huh.
reality than
It's
Blue Lock. It's
uh-huh.
normal football with a team, because that's how
Yes.
it's done. Anyhow, um,
You like it? Or is it kind of boring?
this is what I have to say. This is what I have to say.
Mm.
This is what I have to say. I'm
Listen.
saying it. How many things did I say that? Um, I like Awashi.
Mm-hmm. But
The thing that I don't like is the personal other
oh,
issues. And it's not even for the other characters. Like recently in this latest art, which is like coming to an end, and I have to say this latest art took like 4 volumes. So that's like each volume is like 10 chapters. So that was like
40-ish
40
chapters.
chapters. And it was
Yeah.
just like, God, end already. Anyway, it is one of the characters in this volume. His major thing was that he had issues with his mom. His mom has actually abandoned him,
Okay.
and that's how he came to be with the football club, because it's a J youth club, which is different from the high school. It's
Okay.
not a high school club.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to get into all of that, even though that's major to the story being.
Sounds like that's probably why that's the whole point of it then.
Moving on. Anyway, so this guy is actually, he's my second favorite character.
Uh-huh.
And he his mother had abandoned him, and he was taken into custody by the like manager of the J Youth
Okay.
club,
Mm-hmm.
or head or whatever he was. So he had been there and living there, but then all of a sudden, after like, I don't know, maybe it was like 2 years or something, his mother's he received a letter saying that his mother was hospitalized after they don't have anything to do with each other.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of like threw him off. But he went to see her and stuff. Anyhow, so that is a whole like development as well. Even though he's a strong character and in his
Mm-hmm.
position, um, in the team as well, and he became the captain.
Uh-huh.
Even though he's a strong character, even there was that more character development from personal aspect,
Yes.
personal issues in his life. I did not dislike that, but the other character, who's the main character,
Uh-huh.
I don't like what's going on with him. And it's not really about his personal life, it's about the girls that like him.
Oh, the extra shit that does
Yes,
nothing to
yes.
push forward.
It's so it's so annoying. It's a
Yeah.
part of the show that I think is it's not a show. It's a part of the manga. Oh wait, it's getting the anime this year as well. My God. Um, it's a part of the story that I think is unnecessary, and Christopher, I'm not even talking about the football. I
Yeah.
have no issue with the football, Chris. My God.
Is it good at
Yeah,
least?
it's good. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not bad, Chris. But why am I seeing the girls who were side characters half naked on the front of the volume. You know what I mean?
Because they
Why?
gotta sell.
I know that's exactly what it meant.
That's so hilarious.
I mean, usually they're not things that are like super prominent like that piss you off and things you can, mostly get over those
Hmm.
personal things. But I'm like, I don't even know why this one girl likes this guy. And they
Ah,
both agreed that he reminded them of the other girl's sister, her half step brother, who is the coach of the team.
what the
And
fuck?
and you know what? Everybody is. I just don't want to have to hear them. There's something else that I don't particularly like, but there's like so much commentary from the others.
From who others?
Them, the people because these girls and the others
Watching the
who,
actual.
yeah, who watch the matches and stuff like that.
So you
And
don't.
then there's moments. I mean, of course, the characters who are in the match are talking and have conversation and stuff like that too. But when the football match is going on, I'm just so annoyed that just random people are talking and it's like, okay, whatever. And sometimes it's like, there are those moments or scenes in the story where someone will be talking,
Hmm.
like if they're talking to someone
But it's just for
who isn't
exposition.
who is there, but the person isn't there, and it's like super exposition.
Yes.
That Ao actually does that. It's like the coach will be talking to the character who is on the field.
But
Like
it's
if
really
he's
just
right there,
exposition
he'd be
for
like,
the.
"So what are you gonna do?" Owie, what are you gonna do now that this thing has happened and he is
Is he
confronting
like
you and
speaking in
blah,
his
blah.
head or
No, he's
something?
speaking out loud. His no business out loud. I'm just like, what are you doing right now? Stop it. It's like a whole bunch of exposition bubbles while other people are beside you. Like if you're talking to the person like if they're in front of you and it's just like, please stop. I find that so annoying. They don't even make it like if like if it's inside of their
Yeah.
heads. It's like he
Or
is speaking out loud right now.
have the exposition be like a little flashback when they were talking to like the group or something like that,
No.
or just let it be a thought bubble.
Anyhow, so the main
Yeah.
thing I did not talk about it, but really briefly. The main thing about Aoashi is this main character. His name is Aoi Ashito.
Wow.
Actually,
It's named
no.
after
He
him.
isn't really named after it, but kind of the characters, blah blah blah, whatever. So, um, he came from a small town. He
Uh
was
huh.
like basically scouted by the guy.
Gotcha.
But I guess he thought he was all that, but he, came to the JU youth and the club. Obviously, they were much better than him. Anyhow, he passed tryouts and he got into the club.
Okay.
Okay, and the major thing is his development. He finally, after 270 something chapters, has finally knows how to use his skill. No, listen to me. His
Jesus.
skill is that bird's eye view.
Yeah, they made that the same. The spatial awareness. That's
That's
Isagi's thing.
exactly what it is.
That is a
So
common trope for main characters in sports manga. I believe Kuroko and Kuroko no Basket. That was
it
his thing
wasn't.
too.
No, it wasn't his.
His thing
Was
was
it?
that his thing was that he was spatial awareness and being able to get around the field and disappear
I
into
thought
people's
his
blind
was that
spots.
I don't have no presence
That
thing.
too, but that's kind of bullshit. He's just able to like disappear and go where he needs to be. So spatial awareness. It is very
The other
easy
guy
to make the
in
hero like
Kuroko,
that.
I think he was for an opposing team, had he had the three eye thing that was much better. He
Uh,
used his better. I can't remember his name though.
Anywho, continue.
So yeah, he's
That's
Aoi has been cultivating for 200 plus episodes to
chapters.
get to where we are now, where he,
Was it worth it
for me or for him.
for you? Read it out, Ashley.
Well, I don't know, cause here's the thing. I know about football,
Mm-hmm.
so the position that they took with him
Yeah.
is that even though he knew football, he didn't really know a lot of things. A lot of like the basics in the beginning. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know why he should pass here or whatever. He
So
couldn't
why he's
understand.
playing football?
Do not ask me this. It wasn't about that. He played football for fun. He loved it and whatever, whatever. But
Okay.
they're they're
His
they made
football
it that
knowledge was
he
just not
right,
great.
right. He was not football smart.
I got you.
Exactly. So that's the road that they took, or the position that they took with his character. And a lot of times I was annoyed because I don't know everything about football, and I'm not going to say I have like, this vast knowledge. I don't know. I don't know about different like setup plays,
Mm.
like formations and stuff. I don't pay attention to 3-4-2. I don't care. I don't care if this person is playing a 4-4-2 and this
Or
other.
163.
I don't. That's not whatever. All right. Um. So, but I know some things about football, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those things he did not know. And I was just like, oh my God. And obviously I don't have any skills. So they also talk about how his technique was not very good.
Why did they pick him to go on the team?
Because this here's the thing as well. They all
Potential?
know that he has this thing, this bird's eye view, and he has this ability, but he didn't know how to use it. So they wanted to help him cultivate it.
It's
But
not. The thing is about spatial awareness is that it's something that every player needs to become aware of. Kind of like how even though it might be your special ability, it needs to be something that every player on the team
right, so
is capable
apparently
of
it's
doing.
not just spatial awareness with him, but he can perceive the next move
Okay, yeah.
of the
I
players,
know,
of
I know.
everybody. Okay, so he's super like amazing or something. Um,
That's Isagi's whole thing as well in Blue Lock.
Blue Lock. Listen, Isagi is definitely amazing. All right. If
But
I
he
were to
didn't take
compare
272 chapters to get good.
exactly, he set his eyes on fire and he just blazed the place. But
Mm.
Isagi already had something
Talent.
that we did not have. No, talent is not the word. He already had the technique and the basics of
Mm.
football.
Okay. But
While
Aoi
Aoi
doesn't.
was basically, he was just playing for fun.
Still, why did they choose the kid?
I just told you.
What were their trials that this guy who doesn't have basic football power,
Right, so they did not take him because of his
they take him
lack
because of
of.
his spatial awareness ability?
Exactly, Christopher. He's cultivated
It
and he's
feels
got to
like
where we are now. And I'm pretty sure that this latest episode,
chapter.
chapter
Making up this day all
was
night.
the end, or maybe it's the end for me. They basically won. If they're gonna say that it was offside again, that would be shocking. But they basically won this big match, and crushed this other team who also has a player who has this third eye, bird's eye,
Okay.
three eyes thing.
Three eyes.
Okay. Um. So
Because from the way it sounds like it's a football manga to explain football to the reader.
it is,
That's why
and
the
it
main
does it
character.
well.
Yeah,
It
it's
does
not.
it well. There's a
Yeah,
lot of exposition,
yeah. From what you're telling me, it sounds like it's
and it
that type of
isn't bad
manga.
in that way. It's good in that way. Is what I want to say though is it's different, definitely different from Blue Lock.
Hmm.
They
Well,
are both about football, but they are totally different. One, Aoi
hmm.
or Aoashi, is super grounded in reality. There
Okay.
is nothing like fantastical, supernatural about it.
Okay. I think the only thing that I would say that's fantastical about Blue Lock is the Blue Lot Man hologram
Oh
and
my
the ball
gosh.
inside of the thing that automatically
Christopher
goes
keeps
somewhere.
talking about the Blue
But
Lot Man.
it can be probably possible and all the hologram stuff. So that's excusable as extra tech.
Ego is a genius technology man though.
Apparently, like, but that's probably the only thing that's weird about Blue Lot. Not like the idea behind their training, but the place where they train and stuff like that. Speaking of fantastical, there is and sticking with football. Have you heard of Area no Kishi?
I've only heard of it from you a bunch of times.
Okay, there are these two brothers, and the older brother is pretty good at football, and the other brother plays football too. He's pretty good as well. But they're riding a bike, and then they get in a car accident,
Hmm.
right? And the older brother dies, and the younger brother's heart is messed up. So they take the older brother's heart and they put it into the younger brother to live. So the older brother dies, of course, right? So time goes on and passes and whatnot. I think he's going to like school or high school or something like that. He decides he's going to play for the football team. A few other people knew of his brother being really, really good. And like he's like a talented prodigy type of thing, right?
Hmm.
So he joins up, and people are realizing, oh shoot, the younger brother is pretty good. So now there's this whole like pseudo special thing where he does a really good play, and everyone's like, oh shoot, that's just like his older brother who died type of situation. And
Okay.
he keeps like clutching his heart for different places. I haven't read it in a while, but it is this weird thing that like he's only kind of good now because he has his brother's heart inside of him or something. It's I don't know if that's what the story is. I did not continue it. I have not read it in like years. I have to read over the story to be 100% clear. But I remember that just being like the weirdest thing, and like his special ability was like just passing the ball through the legs and then running wrong. So and
A
people always talking about
nutmeg.
a nutmeg. All it was a nutmeg, but they were making it seem that it's this big huge thing because everybody couldn't see where the ball go because he would disappear, the ball would disappear, and then he would disappear. But all he did was just pass the ball like around them and then cut back behind them.
Okay, okay.
So a
Did he
simple
pass the
move.
ball around them
He's
or through their
passing. He's
legs?
passing ball either through their legs or around them. That's all. So something that was you see that's simple, that's something that you keep seeing a lot in Blue Lot. It's like an amazing technique, apparently for some reason for these kids. And I was just always like, really? Because I remember they used to like to show you from the point of view of his person that he's 1v1 in,
Hmm.
and they be like, I have the ball, then the ball disappears, then he disappears, and but then when you see from his side, it's just a simple he kicked the ball there, he went wrong behind him, and he got the ball again. No shit, Sherlock. And it's just like, why is that tripping up all of these other footballers? It's the silliest thing. But that was his special ability. But he used to do it really cleanly, like his older brother who died, whose heart he now has.
Oh, great.
I,
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either. I just found that one really, really weird in that it felt like it was trying to say the only reason the younger brother is good now is because he has his older brother's heart.
Okay, that's probably what they're trying to say.
I don't know. It was okay, but it just
This
wasn't.
is what happened.
It
He
wasn't really
sacrificed
entertaining to
his
me.
brother, hmm, so that he can get his skills. That's what happened. Hmm.
But yeah, that's another one that I don't think I'm going to go back to that. Do you have any suggestions for any sports manga that are
Oh
pretty
my
damn
god.
good
You want
or hot?
suggestions?
Uh, well, I have
Suggestions
something for
from
you.
me?
It's not well. You count street fighting as like a sport,
Nope.
and it kind of has like gang stuff and a little bit of drama in it too. Because the way how the main character gets
No.
into fighting,
No.
read Holy Land though, like for real, it's really good.
You know, I would tell you if we're talking about street fighting
Mm.
to read How to Fight. It's not necessarily
I need to
street
get around to that.
fighting, but How to Fight has also become one of my favorites.
I think if you read Holy Land, it would become one of your favorites too, since you
I
like
need to
fighting.
get out of this. What is this? What is
You like
happening?
fighting
Like,
stuff.
not that, but all of these things with like high intensity, high
High sports.
emotion kind of things. It's just they're gonna all end up on my favorite list.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one that didn't,
Well, oh god.
that you shouldn't read.
Oh, okay.
Windbreaker.
Oh.
This is the bicycle cycling
Did
one.
that just descend to comedy or something like that?
Listen, no. I I had read up
Oh,
to like
sharp point. Windbreaker is also a slang for a fart.
no, it's breaking wind.
Oh. Oh, my bad. Continue.
What is wrong with you?
My bad.
It's like, excuse me, I just broke wind.
Ah, that's true.
Not excuse me, I'm a windbreaker. What's wrong with you?
I don't
All
know.
right. What was I saying?
Windbreaker.
Windbreaker is a cycling.
Mm-hmm. Manuel?
It's supposed to be, right? But there's a lot of drama. See, it's school and it's drama. And it is just so, it's not my cup. It's not my cup. If I was like, oh yeah, I like all of this drama, all this personal stuff going down, yeah, yeah, it would be for me. And
But
I had kind of liked, I had started to like it because of the cycling. You know, that's what it's about.
does the personal drama ever does it add to the character development of the characters going forward, or is it just drama there for drama's sake? Because I find that's an
I'm
issue
sure that
sometimes.
okay, it does add to them, but slightly. This is
Mm.
what happens. First of all, it's too slow.
Oh.
I feel like I don't know if as Korean teenagers they do things super slowly and they don't like to face their problems or what, or if that's just Windbreaker. But they are so annoying in Windbreaker. The lot of them, okay? The boys and the girls. Equally, everybody is on my nerves. I'm like, look, okay, if you want to tell this person this thing, tell them right away. Don't wait 50 chapters. You're just killing me. You're
Jesus
killing me,
Christ.
right? And the race, I had initially liked it again because it's cycling and I like any kind of thing sports, right? So the race that they got into from the beginning, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
up to date because I kind of dropped it, kind of got it on hold. I haven't decided what the heck I'm gonna do with it,
Mm.
but I just got it there on the side. But for now, the race that they entered in the beginning is the race that they're still in. We're like 100 plus episodes in, 200 even. I can't even
Wait,
remember where it was.
what?
The race is split up over days, right?
Okay.
So you do, let's say you do like,
Point A to point B
no, no,
in one
it
day?
isn't like a marathon thing.
Oh.
It's the track is already set up, so they'll compete against other people within that track, and you know, sometimes they'll have, not sometimes, but well, yeah, there'll be eliminations of other teams, and we're whittling down from a bunch of teams.
Okay.
Okay, so I get that it could take long, but it's too many chapters. All right,
A lot of nothing
for
happens.
I think that this whole thing is like supposed to be like 6 days.
Wow.
Okay, time is in between of those, like
Mm-hmm.
maybe a week and whatever, we stop and we come back, or maybe a month has even gone by. I'm not really sure if a month went by one time, but it's all very on my nerves.
Ah, okay. The pacing in the story itself and how the story is being told.
I do not like it. I don't like it at all. And
Uh,
then people's personal drama is just, oh my God. I just, no, no, Christopher. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that you don't have to read
I
Windbreaker.
don't plan to read. I tried doing Yomimushi Pedal also at your suggestion.
Okay, come
And
on.
that's also
That
about
was really
striding.
good.
I know it's good, but I got tired of like the beginning, middle art, and every fucking person in that show talking about the main character's cadence. His cadence is really good, been really powerful, blah blah blah. And I'm like, if another one of these assholes say cadence one more time, I drop in this anime. And then the asshole said cadence when he was coming over the hill. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
It's not that
Look,
bad.
it's not bad, but it's so boring.
You think it's boring?
Yomushi Pedal in the beginning, and I gave it like a good couple episodes because I remember he had now joined and they had like some training, something so that they could get prepared for some race. It was just so boring.
That's where you dropped it?
I think a bit after the training arc, and then like it's the start of something. I just dropped it because I was just like, I am not super into bicycle riding, number one, and it just
cycling.
Cycling, and it just didn't do anything to like for me to stick around to watch it. So I was just like, yeah, pass. You know, it was not enough for me. But yeah, got any few more suggestions for something that's not terrible for me?
Why do you keep asking me for
because
suggestions?
you watch the sports anime or read the sports manga or you watch sports on a regular, kid. You legitimately pull up games and stuff all the time.
My favorite.
What?
Kaze ga tsuyoku fuiteiru.
I don't know what that is.
It's called Run with the Wind.
Run with the Wind?
It's about
running. Oh, I think you told me about this.
They're in college and it's Hakone Ekiden. That they're, oh my god.
That big race that they do in Japan every year, right?
Yes, they do it at the beginning. I watched it this year as well.
I know.
I think Aoyama won.
But it's like running teams, right? Like
yeah. So they're college teams that are running this marathon. Christopher.
It's good, right? Maybe I'll give it a go because I remember you talking about it when it was airing.
Okay, Run with the Wind, as well as a lot of other sports, anime or manga or stories, they're not just about the sport itself, but they're more about like
the characters
life
and persons
and building yourself. You know, especially for like teenagers, those ones are for like building yourself to be like a better person, that kind of thing, not just improving as in your sport.
I get that.
But
sometimes the extra stuff is kind of boring. So.
Run with the Wind though does it so well. It is touched to my core. I don't know if a lot of people like know about it, but the reason why I chose this because it was Hakone Ekiden and I had known about that and I was like, hey, let me watch this. I never watched like a running one before, and when I watched it, it was so good. There's this whole it's kind of like an overarching thing in the beginning. Before this boy he's like the first year in college. He's like, it's about him and the other characters running away from things in their lives.
Okay, yeah.
So it gets personal. It's very about everybody's personal circumstances as well.
And their
but it's not bad.
Journey.
Exactly. But it's not bad though. It doesn't feel like drama, right? It just talks about everybody's, you know, where they're coming from. Some people, they don't even want to do it, but they kind of got roped into it by because they're living in the area that they're living. It's actually the quarters for the track team, but they don't really know that. They just all agreed, and when the guy had got the first year to come, that's when he tells them, they should know, right? They just think that they have a place to live, but he's like, let's do it, and they're all like, what are you talking about? And
I see entrapment.
It seems kind of it's like that in the beginning, but it is so nice how it goes about saying that you don't have to face everything actually that comes at you in life. you can run away from something. It's like
Yeah.
no, for real.
Yeah.
There are times in it where it'll be like that.
Sometimes you just gotta run the hell away from some stuff in
Yeah.
life.
And then, it talks about it's like that back and forth though of running away from things in life but
Hmm.
also running towards things and
Yes.
how running
Yeah.
I think the whole metaphor in the show is about how when you are running, it
Hmm.
doesn't mean that you are running away from something.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, I just thought it was beautiful.
Okay.
The soundtrack is beautiful as well. It's by Yuki Hayashi, and
Ah.
I like him. Um, yeah, I really love it.
Okay.
It's chill as well. It has those moments that are really like gripping,
Hmm.
but for the most part, it's kind of laid back until we get like
Into the running.
right, and they're not doing it to win.
They're just doing it
They're
to.
doing it to have done it.
Mm.
I don't. I hope that doesn't come across in a way like, oh, I'm just doing it
No,
because it's
it's.
something that I do and I don't want to regret have not done it or anything like that. It's more like I have this opportunity to do this thing now, and
Yeah.
I won't actually have another chance to do this.
So do it.
Right.
It's all about the chances you take and the experiences you make doing the things that you want to do or can do at points in time that you might miss a chance
Yeah.
to do them ever again. Okay.
I mean, I would recommend that to watch. You
Okay.
may or may not be bored. I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
running will bore
But
me as much as cycling did. So,
I don't know. But yeah, I thought that Run with the Wind was good.
okay.
What else is there? Yuri on Ice?
I don't really care about ice skate. I tried to watch Yuri on Ice when it was coming out, and that legitimately was not the most amazing
Did you?
thing. Yeah, I did. I watched the first two episodes of Yuri on Ice, and I just was like, because everybody I know was like, Chris, you should give Yuri on Ice. It's really good. It looks good, and I was like, but that's ice skating though. That's not in my wheelhouse. I don't even watch it when it comes on for the Olympics or whatever. Then I watched
Oh.
it, and I was
Speaking
like,
of that,
eh,
is that this year?
what is this year? Isn't
The
it
Winter
in?
Olympics are
It's in
this year.
Beijing. Yeah, I know. You
Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Yes.
you got that to look forward to. When is it actually
Yes.
though?
Sometime. I definitely have it on my calendar already. What the heck?
Yeah.
Anyhow, anyhow, I did I
Watched
was
all of Yuri on
watch
Ice.
I only completed it last year actually. I
Oh.
isn't that shocking? This is what happened. I got to the sixth episode while it was airing,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, I don't know what feelings y'all are trying to put down, but y'all trying to get at me, and I'm not feeling it right now. You know? They
Yeah.
were putting down all of the BL vibes, and I was just like, okay, I'm not really caring about that right now. Anyhow, I continued and I finished it last year, or was it the year before last year, which was 2020? I think it was 2021 though. I completed it last year, and
Was
there's
it good?
yeah, it's good. I got a song from it, an instrumental song. It's a song that Yuri actually dances to, like in his last performance, and
Mm,
it's just so lovely. I love the way how it sounds.
mm.
It's so
I'm surprised you
nice.
haven't brought up that the cheerleading sport anime one that you liked. It was a cheerleading. No, it wasn't cheer. It was men's gymnastics. I'm
Oh
surprised you
my
haven't brought that
god.
up. What is
Oh
that?
my god. What the heck? That's on my list.
Yeah,
Christopher,
I know because
back
back
10.
10. I'm surprised you didn't bring that up as one that was really, really good because you freaking
Yeah.
freaked out about it when it was
Yeah.
airing.
I love back 10. I love back 10. I love back
I
10.
think they get it now.
Everyone should watch it.
Okay, sorry about cutting off you. Your point about Yuri on Ice. You're saying something.
Oh.
Sorry.
The part that I like the most is towards the end. I don't think it was like the last episode
Mm,
or even the second last, but it was coming up towards the end, right? they finally reveal how Victor, who's the guy who came from Russia to train the
Mm-hmm.
main character, they finally reveal how that actually happened. And it was because one time at a get together, like after one of the competitions, all of the ice skaters, they were all like there at this like get together eating and stuff and talking like that, and Yuri got drunk and he was just dancing crazy well, and he was just like pulling all kinds of people onto the dance floor that's dancing and anybody, and that's where that's how it
That's funny.
happened. He did
That's
it
really
in a
funny.
drunken stupor, basically, but he was like having fun, and that's when
Yeah.
he asked Victor to be his coach, and he did not remember that, obviously, because he was like, "Why have you come here?" Like in the beginning, he was like, "Why do you want to coach me?" And Victor would never like say anything, but they finally revealed it, and that was my favorite part
That's
because
pretty funny.
when they were showing, he was just having so much fun. Even though he didn't do well in the competition prior, he was just having so much fun dancing and enjoying himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the most beautiful Yuri that I have
On
seen.
ice, but he wasn't
Yeah.
even
He
ice.
wasn't on
He
ice,
was
he's on the
on
dance
ice.
floor.
Because the alcohol.
Oh my goodness, no. Anyhow, that doesn't work, Chris. That doesn't work.
I tried.
If he was doing drugs and he was doing cocaine or heroin, and he was on ice, that would work. Because
No. Drinks are normally poured on ice. Well, I have my drinks on ice, so
they don't pour wine on ice.
wine is chilled though, in ice.
Be quiet. Anyway, so yeah, I thought that was great because all the other times that you see Yuri, he's like super nervous. Only like coming up towards the end, like because he had been working with Victor and getting more exposure out there and think he was building back his like confidence. I think that's a big part of Yuri on Ice. In any case, that part where he was drunk was my favorite. It was a beautiful, beautiful moment.
Okay.
Back to back 10.
Yes.
There is a movie
Oh,
coming out this year.
what's the
And
movie? Is it continuation or is it
yeah,
like
apparently that hasn't been decided. I see something that I cannot
a
agree with
prequel?
though. They're saying that it's either going to be a second season, or not a second season, but a movie second season kind of thing, or it's going to be a recap of the first season. I'm like,
I mean,
y'all just want to make money if y'all making a movie. They can obviously do it in the higher quality that they did of episode 11. I will never forget episode 11.
I know, that's the episode when you were like freaking out. Christopher, look at it. You made me watch.
That's the episode when they compete, and
Yes.
it is so
It is
beautiful.
really freaking amazing.
Isn't it?
Yes.
The lighting,
The way how the camera is moving around the characters and stuff like that.
That's
fantastic.
Not you cannot view
Regular
anything
stuff like
that. There's nothing that has all of these angles, only because we get them all together. And I mean, I'm sure, if there was a thing put together with even real people, they could do it as well.
You could try.
But it all is amazing. When I watched it, I can think about it and I can see the cameras and them flipping, and they did like that fish eye camera shot thing, and it was bomb. And then when they flip, you see it from above, and you're just like, wow,
It was really
where is
good.
that camera is what you're asking. And the 3D
Yes.
CG thing that they did, it wasn't like amazing,
But the way
it
how
was
they used
good.
it, the way how they used it was very good.
Exactly, it was good.
I think if they're going to make a movie and it's a refresher of the entire season, that's not bad for people like me who haven't watched the entire season.
I guess so.
But for people like you, it'd be freaking annoying to do that as a movie.
mean, here's the thing. I will watch it, even if it is, because not only was it the performance when that they looked really great, but The way how the light shone through the window in the beginning,
It's a
the way
very
how
pretty
the
anime.
shadows were, the way how the main character's eyes glistened. Everything was great in episode 11, all right?
uh,
Animation was up there.
so if they, you wouldn't mind a whole movie if it's that same quality
I
altogether.
wouldn't, to be honest with you. I would watch it again. I'm fine with that, but I would like to see an
Progress.
after.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
back
good.
then, hey Chris, you know about me? Jason.
I know. I know
Okay.
you. What the heck?
All right.
I think that is all we have for tonight
Is
about
it?
sports,
We
Manning.
definitely need to do another.
We can do another. We'll do another about different sports and stuff like that. Maybe focus on maybe more like martial arts type stuff that we like. Maybe focus on that type of stuff because
Oh.
we talked about like team sports and stuff today. But maybe next time we'll focus on like what martial art, manga, or stories or stuff that we want. And hopefully by then you have read Holy Land and I have read How to Fight.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. Are we like holding each other to that?
I kind of want to hold you to that.
How many chapters does Holy Land have?
I don't know, but it's completed. It's not that long.
Okay. It's completed and it's not that long. Don't equate.
I can't remember. It's been a long time.
Does it
But
have more than 100?
I think it has just over 100.
Okay.
Okay? Or maybe under. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I'll give it a read.
Good.
If it's no good, I'm gonna punch you.
Well, viewers, listeners, I hope you guys enjoyed and
Just
come
ignored
back
me.
again. And we'll see if Kimberly punches me for not reading How to Fight. Hope you guys have a good